Congratulations if you made it to the stage. This is another stage now. And now we're going to be protecting our routes. There are some routes that when we log in, that is if a user is not logged in, will not allow them to be able to access that route. And that's actually what we want to do. Just like you cannot access a dashboard when you're not logged in, so you have to be logged in. And then some certain routes that a visitor, a person or a user who is not authenticated cannot log in. So that is actually what we want to quickly deal with. And before then, behind the scene, I created a dashboard controller, created it in the controller section, and then here is the controller created, and the controller was imported down to the route, and here is it, and the route is / dashboard. I think we all know how to do this, so I just have to do that behind the scene quickly. And the next thing we're going to be doing is to create that route, is to create that protector, that function. So we can call it UT. So I'm going to be creating a folder. I've already created a folder called UT, as you can see here in the root directory. And in that, I created a file called protected route. So this protected route does not have anything yet. So I'm going to be populating this protected route with our function. So this protected route is actually going to be going through to help us protect some certain routes. So I'm just going to export it just like the normal controller. So I'm going to call it protected route. And it's going to be an arrow function as well, just like your controller. Now it's going to take two parameters, the request and the response. And this is just what we want to do. We're just going to write an if statement. That is, if the request.section.user is actually undefined, then it means that that person is not logged in. And if it is defined or is equal to true, then the user is logged in. That's what we're doing. And this is just it. So we're writing this if statement to say that if type of request.section.user is not equal to undefined, that is, if it's not equal to undefined, it means that this user has been logged in. So we're just going to use the next function. And this next function is going to take the third parameter here. So we'll add the third parameter called next. So you're just going to use the next function. And else if, so I prefer to use the else if the type of section.user is equal to undefined, which means that the user is not logged in. So we're just going to redirect to this page and say rest.redirect. And if you check out our controller, I never created a route for a route for login.redirect. So it doesn't exist anywhere. So I can quickly create that. I'm just going to be putting that in the controller, and just for testing purposes, as you get requests, we already have a post request to the login. So I'll just quickly do that here and see this is the get request for it. Now export it. Module dot exports. So it's going to be a callback function. So we're going to have an arrow function. So rex and response. And right here is just going to rest.send and say this is login page, right? So it's just going to be like a get request to say this is login page because it doesn't exist yet. So I'm going to call this function, I'm going to call it get login. And of course, that's what we would like to call this. So it's going to be called get login. And this is just it. So it means that if anything goes, if it doesn't go well, redirect it to this place, right? And if I go back to the same function, which is the main one we're actually working on, you find this protected, right? So I'm going to explain this quickly to you. If the type of section is equal to undefined, is not equal to undefined, that means the person is logged in. So we can then use this route now and export this route. So if you go to the route, this part, I'll just bring in the route to the protected route, to the route I actually want to protect. The route I want to protect is this dashboard route. So I'm just going to put it there before. So it's going to be the second parameter, which is called a middleware before this last one. And I've already imported that right away, the protected R file. I've imported it. So I'm making use of the function that is in there, which is called protected. So that is all we actually need to do in this section. Let's just test it and see if everything goes on well. Okay, for a reason best not to it is crashing, but let me see why we have issues with it, why it's crashing. Okay, I'm just going to check that pop up. So response. So he said module.s4.respond. They said duplicate name not allowed in this context. Did I in any way duplicate the name? Oh, rest supposed to be request and response. Okay, that is in the user controller. Oh, that is actually in the logged in quickly. So let's just go fix that. Where is that? Okay, it's supposed to be the requests and the response. So we know the first one is request and the second one is response. So we save that and let's just wait for a moment. So everything goes on where we're good to go. So let's go to the route. Now, I'm not quite sure if we are logged in, but I'm just going to go to the login route, right? Now, I'm going to go to the login route. So what it means is that if I log in with the right credentials, let me log in first. So this is, no, it's not post. I'm going to log in. So /login. So if I log in with the right credentials like this, okay, it shows that I'm actually logged in now. I'm logged in, so login equal to true. I can also make use of this indicator, but I don't just want to make use of the indicator. So it shows that the login now is true. So what that means is that I can go to the dashboard. So here we go. If I do /dashboard, I make a get request to dashboard. And now that I'm logged in, I want to see if I'll be able to access that. So, oh, I actually took it to log out instead of the dashboard. Oh, I have to log in again. Okay, now I'm logged out. I'm sure that I'm logged out. So if I go to dashboard, I shouldn't be able to access the dashboard. That is it, because I'm logged out. Let me check that. So you run that to see. It's a moment of truth. And here we go. It takes us to actually to not found. Okay, let's see. We are unable to access it, but it's taking us to not found. As you can see, there is no error. So maybe the page that we wanted to redirect is what is actually telling us that it's not found. And I know why. The reason is because when we created the login, we never brought in that get logged in here. So it would have just redirect us to that get logged in that we created earlier. So it's called /login. Then I think the controller is get login. And this one should also be G login, right? So that's just going to be the route. So let me explain this to you again. In the protected route, right? If the user is logged in, it's just going to move to next, right? That means it will allow it. If the user is not logged in, it's going to redirect the user to get logged in, right? That's what it's going to do right away. So it's because I never imported that. So let's run this now. Okay. Okay. So it's still trying to look for it and it can't find it. For reason best note to it, that is just a minor problem, but it's working. Let's look at the major parts, which is the dashboard. Let's go to the dashboard while we are logged in now. So we're going to be logging in. So we'll try to log in. And when we log in with the right credentials, which is login, right? A post login. So let's log in. Now we are logged in. So let's see if we can access that dashboard. So go to /dashboard, right? And it's a get request. So we're making a get request to /dashboard. Let's see if we can access it. It's going to take a while. Say this is batch dashboard content. So it means that it's working. It's working exactly the way we want it to work, right? Because if it is logged in, it's going to tell you, okay, you can access that route. And what is that route? That controller. The controller we created here, which is called dashboard. As you can see, this is this. And if you are not logged in, it will not even be able to go through all the codes that you have here. Now, this could be record that you're actually printing from your user. It could be a profile record. So next time, we're going to be populating this with a profile record. And for the other one not found is as a result of us not linking it properly. We're going to be doing that in the next video. I would like to appreciate you for always joining. Thank you very much. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.